Ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum bum.
Time's up. Let's do this.
We're in for a wild night.
Welcome everyone to episode 255 of Born to Be Wild, a wild Hearthstone podcast where we have fun, hanging out with friends, talking about the wild formats of Hearthstone and spotlighting members of the wild community. I'm your host, Hydralisk. It's great to be back on this wonderful Friday evening here in beautiful British Columbia. I am joined by my fellow host, ElectricSheepCity.
Meowdy.
Also, I would just like to say that Shmoopy Daddy is not here, but I want to say happy anniversary to Shmoopy Mommy and Shmoopy Daddy! For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. We record this podcast live every Friday evening at twitch.tv/borntobewildhs, and the video version of this podcast is then posted to YouTube shortly thereafter. Audio versions are also distributed to all podcast apps. However you are watching, listening, or absorbing via osmosis this podcast today, thank you. Yes, you.
Content plug, Shmoopy Daddy. Before we get into the main topic of the show, I'd like to say a quick thank you to the patrons of our show. Your support means the world to us. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video on YouTube. Another simple way to support the show is to leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. If you are watching live on Twitch, we've got some awesome emotes that you can unlock by subscribing to the channel. This is free if you use Amazon Prime. Finally, if you'd like to support the show financially, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 per month. We have some channels in the Discord that are unlocked by subscribing to the Patreon, where you can see the show coming together each week. Check it out. If you'd like to interact with us personally, please join their Discord, a free and amazing online community of friends across all the world who love talking about wild Hearthstone. Links to all this stuff and more, including our merch, can be found on our website, which is www.borntobewildhs.com. Hydralisk, how was your week, my friend?
I had a fantastic 2 weeks, technically.
True.
If you listened to last episode, I was not on it. Mostly just because I wasn't working last week, and I had a great time not working, and unfortunately, my wife had to work that week. And it was not really the easiest week for her at work. So come Friday, I went to go pick her up from work, and I could just tell she was really just done. She was burnt out, and we were going to record the podcast, and I was going to, banish my family to the dungeon like normal. And I didn't feel great about it.
It's funny every time though, man.
Right? I had all this freedom a week long, and then finally she's off work and it's in the dungeon with you. And yeah, it just didn't feel right. Also with she had been expressing how hard her week was. So I sent a message to you, Sheep, and Shmoopy Daddy saying look, I'm just going to take my wife out for dinner. Have fun. And it was good. We didn't go anywhere super fancy, but there's just a restaurant pub thing that's not far. It's kind of our go-to. We go and we brought trivia. We always bring these decks of trivia cards and do that sort of thing. Have a few drinks, have a good meal. That
place, yeah.
Yeah, where everybody knows your name. I don't know anyone's name there, but you know.
But they all know yours.
But yeah, it's cool. So we did that, and it was fantastic, and it was just a good Friday off to spend with my wife, and definitely enjoyed that thing. So thanks for you and Schmoopy Daddy, just doing the thing without me.
Of course.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Like we always say, buddy, and you say this to me too, family first. And we mean that. Case in point, like, yeah, your wife had a tough week. Absolutely. That family first.
Yeah. So, I had mentioned on the last episode last episode I was on, and it was 2 episodes ago, that I had started reading Snow Crash because Neil Stephenson, right? I finished, and great book. I had mentioned before that I don't know how I had never heard of this book or this author before. Like, Blister Guys mentioned it to me, you've mentioned him to me, and I just somehow went over my head. Actually, you know how I read the book Cell by Stephen King recently?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I watched the Cell movie, which is awful, by the way, but there's a Neil Stephenson reference in it, which was hilarious because it's sort of in Snow Crash. Snow Crash is basically a virus, right? That comes to you if you read this like binary code thing, if it's shown to you. But in Cell, you get a virus through your cell phone by hearing it instead of seeing it. And they reference Neil Stephenson in the movie, and I think it was in the book too. And it was just hilarious that I never would have caught it unless this, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like Stephen King was throwing like a shout out to Neil Stephenson in Cell, because it's kind of like, I'm gonna do your thing, but a little bit differently. It was pretty cool. And Stephen King's pretty good at, if he's going to reference something, he's gonna admit it, right? Like, I'm not taking your idea. I'm just gonna I'm gonna say, yes, this was cool, and I'm gonna quote you or reference you. Like, he does it in a bunch of books with like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn and Mice and Men and like all sorts of stuff. Anyways, I finished that. It was great. I'm super stoked to move on to the like other things in Neil Stephenson's library.
Let me know when you're ready for the next recommendation. I know the very next one, Reamdy,
yes.
Diamond Age is incredible as well. And my all-time favorite Neil Stephenson is Seven Eves. That one is incredible. And I mean, they're all the ones that I'm recommending, I personally think are, but it's different from a lot of his other stuff, but in a good way. So
yeah, well, I
definitely recommended those 3 in general, not necessarily in rapid succession, because he writes chonky books.
Yeah.
Snow Crash is a bit smaller, but a lot of these are much bigger.
I'm stoked to see, I'm curious to see if his way of writing ages with him a little bit. This one is very like, Snow Crash is very like adolescent, I would say. Like there's like poo poo pee pee toilet humor like throughout the whole thing. Like, I don't know if when he's like 60, if he's still making the same jokes. Maybe he is. I have no idea. But in like 1992 or whenever this was written, he was definitely of like an earlier age where he was making funny jokes about things. But anyway, I finished that. I started reading Blaze by Richard Bachman, aka Stephen King. This is the one I'm reading a physical copy of. It's not super long. It's like 300 pages. I think I got like 50 to go. Something like that. I love it. This is the one I was telling you about, where basically it's this guy who has decided to kidnap a baby.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, and he's getting help from his like dead friend who lives in his imagination. It's
Who's like, oh, that part is a bad idea. Not the overall scheme, but just this part.
yeah, it's good. It is so good. This I had mentioned before. This one was written, I think, before even Carrie was written, but not released till the mid 2000s. So it was written like in 1970, but not released till 2007 ish. It's cool. I really, really enjoy it, and I'm actually sad that I'm only 50 pages from the end. Put it that way. That's how much I like it. And then Nate's favorite is Doohickey of Stephen King. I actually, since we last talked, started and finished Doohickey.
Whoa.
It was a 21-hour, this was a 21-hour listen on Audible. And my wife and I listened to this one at the same time so that we could talk about it. And it's really cool. It's more of like a slow story building for like the first 2/3, and the last third, everything like goes to heck kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's good. It's good. Doohickey comes highly recommended. I could see people like going through it and thinking like la di da di da, a little boring going through like that first 2/3, because it's just like setting this massive scene for things to come. If you've ever read Stephen King, he does that.
Oh yeah.
But it was great. It was really good. And so yeah, I've had a lot of time to read. Like I said, I've been off work last week. This week I was off Monday and Tuesday. And I also did another thing, and I had purchased a stand-up paddleboard that also has a seat that is detachable that turns it into a kayak. And if you remember, I do live like at the Pacific Ocean in Vancouver, and I forgot how fun it is to go out on the water. I used to have a friend who had a boat, and we go out on the water all the time, but I only live, like the closest port to me to saltwater is about a 15-minute drive, and just go there, hop into the Pacific, and just start like paddling. And I've been adventuring. So last week and the first couple of days of this week, I've gone out like 4 times, I think, for like 3 to 4 hours at a time. Like,
that's awesome.
Early morning, just like show up at like 7 a.m. when the park doors open, like to the parking lot, and just like put that thing out on the water, start paddling around. If you look at the image on your screen, you will see some like little sea lions. There's like a mama and a baby, and it's just the most adorable thing. They just chilling. Like they're chilling on like rocks and logs, and it's just surreal. The only thing that is kind of like they're friendly, but as I'm paddling, if I look in the water, there are jellyfish everywhere.
Oh no.
Like, everywhere. Like,
they're friendly too, but their hugs sting.
Their hugs do sting. And yes, there is a lot of them. And I'm actively avoiding going in the water. I'm just floating on top of the water.
Yes.
Because there are so many. Like, as I'm paddling, if I'm looking down, they're passing by you like cars in traffic. Like, that's how many you see. And like they range in sizes of like say 2 inches in diameter to like 6-7 inches in diameter. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on moving. But
you took a note from those sea lions and we're just staying above the water.
Yeah, that could be why that they're up there.
It's my speculation, at least.
I did actually pass by one that was wrestling with a massive fish. All I could see was this like flapping around in the water, and I was like, I'm rowing towards whatever the heck that is. And I go, and it was this like seal like fighting with a massive fish. It was like the most glorious thing. Yeah,
I assume
I didn't touch grass. I touched ocean. Yes, it did win. Eventually it settled down, and then he went like paddling past me, he or she or whatever. The sea lion thing went past me with a giant fish in its mouth, just like like paddling along.
I got it.
That was so cool. Like, it was just fun, right? And this is why I felt so horrible about locking my wife in the dungeon, because here I am doing this while she's at work, right? Like, okay, we're gonna go do something nice. But yeah, and then basically now it's August. Today is August 1st, and there is new ladder. I didn't log in today yet because it only started today, but looking forward to starting an early climb, hopefully tomorrow. But enough about me. Sheep, how was your week?
Yeah, so my week was like super thrown off. So like I had an anxiety attack on Tuesday, like morning.
Oh no.
And like called into work, like that kind of bad style. And it kind of just threw off my whole week, like understandably so.
As it would.
Yeah. So, normalizing just talking about stuff like that, but also not going to dwell on it either. Don't worry, y'all. Because however much my week has been thrown off, my Friday has not, because I still get to hang out with my buddy Hydra and get fuzzy on the camera for some reason. Because I'm a sheep, I guess.
Hey.
But I also am very excited to dive in to the ladder this season, because like we got some changes like that are wild relevant that we're gonna get to talk about in the news shortly, and two of those, the buffs I'm excited about, and the nerfs should impact the meta. So super excited to see where that brings us. So Hydra, what is that news that I'm so fuzzily alluding to?
Welcome to the news. The news is so good.
All right. Well, we got, as Sheep said, patch 33 point something. No, it's patch 33.2, I believe. Two, just flat, not point anything else. So first, what we can go over is there are some balance updates. The developers would like us to know that they don't typically roll out balance changes at this point in the patch cycle, but they wanted to use this opportunity to make a few adjustments.
Just one more patch, man. Just one more patch. Just one more patch.
Just one more. So first up, they're tuning down some standout performance since the last adjustments, which I feel like was yesterday, particularly in high rank play. So let's just get into what we have. So there's only a few. There's not a lot, right? So Playhouse Giant old was 20 mana, new 25 mana. Ooh. Sheep, is this a big deal?
In standard, I think it is. And in our format, I think it is too. Like it, not really Cycle Rogue, but Miracle Rogue for us is now just back to the Arcane Giants instead of the Playhouse ones as well. So,
yeah.
It makes it less consistent and thus less good, even though it's still good. So, or still going to be good. This patch hasn't hit yet, but I think that'll be a pretty impactful one for both formats. What do you think, bud?
I think Arcane Giant's fine.
Yeah, fair.
I think the deck will be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
But yeah, I do feel you for sure. It's a good adjustment. Obviously it's a standard adjustment, but I think we'll be just fine with our Arcane Giants. We do have more than one nerf, though. So we do have Cursed Catacombs. So, Cursed Catacombs, old, discover a minion from your deck, make it temporary. New, discover another card from your deck. Minion, card. Minion, card. What does this mean, Sheep? Why are they distinguished between minion and card?
Yeah, so Standard was doing some, honestly, almost like wild kind of shenanigans. And so what they were doing was they were using the catacombs to get, they were using the catacombs after playing Dorian so that they could then get another card super cheap. They probably can't play their other big thing, but they can play their one drop that then continues to do the, basically cycle of like big warlock kind of stuff. So it was like I saw a lot of people refer to it as a scam deck. I saw a lot of people refer to it as like a just drawing simulator. Like if you can get your draws right. I played it a little bit. It was fun. I did the funny thing a few times and I bricked a few times. And so, I can kind of see why it's nerfed for the standard reasons. For the wild reasons, though, like we go from discovering a minion in our deck. So we're either getting like cheap draw, like Malkazar's Imp, or the duder that discards a card and we draw, and then we get 2 extra copies of it. Or of course, are things like the Taunt that whenever we discard it, it plays it, or Silverware Golem, the 3/4 that whenever you discard it, it plays it. So like the consistency of those, like I'm paying 0 mana and either getting like draw that'll let me, continue to go, or I pay 0 mana and get a free whatever that I'm discarding, depending on what your needs are. I think that's going to impact the deck a decent amount. I think Disco will still be good, but I think we still play this like Uriel is saying in chat, discover Soul Barrage. Now we can discover some of the other things that have those synergies. So I don't think we cut it. It just keeps it from being quite as consistent. It's kind of what I think. What do you think?
I think it's 0 mana. So we don't cut it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like there's no cost. It's a good card. I think we'll be okay.
We'll be just fine.
So those cards will be disenchantable and eligible for full dust refunds for the next 2 weeks. So if you have multiple copies, so that's an epic, right? Do you remember, is Playhouse Giant an epic also? I don't remember what Playhouse Giant is, but
I want to say it is because most of the giants are. So that could be a decent amount of dust. And of course, a friendly reminder, you can search your collection for refund and you'll be able to find quickly the things that are disenchantable for full refund instead. So if you, like me, what's been nerfed, but like you don't feel like scrolling through the collection, type refund. It's gotcha.
Dude, fun fact, when I enter Hearthstone, like on the regular, like I'm going to say like every couple days when I go to my collection, I just type in refund anyway. Like in case maybe I opened a pack, because I have all the cards from the expansion and I get more from the rewards tracker events or whatever, and I'll open them and then you got to go type refund because maybe something recently nerfed is like you opened it, right? So I just make it a habit to type refund every once in a while and see if you have, because it happened. I can't remember which card it was, but something recently I had already dusted them, not all of them, but so I had 2 left in my collection, 2 playable versions, but I had opened another one and I had typed in refund and happened to realize it. There was more dust. I would have missed that. So it's just something that I do. And I try not to be a little obsessive about it, type it in every time, but I do it quite often because I don't want to miss those things.
Yeah, if it's been like a week since a balance update, then I'll just type refund in the client just to see if, Tavern Brawl pack, not quest reward, season reward pack, any of those, let's just see. So totally agree.
Like, do you ever leave for work in the morning, lock your door, and then you say walk to your car if it's parked on the street or in the driveway, get in your car and then think, I don't remember if I locked the door. And you get out and you go and you check, and yeah, that door was locked. It's the same thing with the refund thing. Usually the door is locked, but every once in a while the door wasn't locked.
So true.
Yep.
Better safe than sorry.
All right. Exactly. So I guess it's buffs now, right? So I don't know why in the patch notes they didn't include art for all of the buffs and the nerfs. It's like they didn't have time to update the card art or something. But as the Forbidden Sequence has been buffed. So that is the Mage Quest, which I think is actually pretty cool. I've lost to it. Like, it's pretty sweet. It used to be discover 8 cards and then you get the Origin Stone. Now the quest is discover 7 cards. So they just made it easier. But I've seen mages complete this so fast before it was buffed. I guess they're just trying to make it. They see the numbers, right? Maybe it's not. Its win rate isn't very high. People aren't playing it as much. They're just trying to make it more appealing. Have you? I haven't actually even played this deck. I've played against it, and I think I've got a fair win rate against it. But it's fun when they win. I think it's kind of neat. Have you had a lot of experience with this quest at all, Sheep?
I've played it a decent amount. I think a little bit more in our format because I've basically been using ETC and, having fun, basically doing a hostage mage, but with all the discover stuff in it too, so that then I can do an OTK with the ETC, just, fun, silly stuff. But I haven't played it in a little while, and that it wasn't a particularly powerful deck, but it was a fun deck. And I think that that's probably where it's fit in the meta, standard meta as well, where it's fun. So people want to play it, but it's not good. So they stop playing it. So maybe this will make it where maybe it's good enough to continue playing. I think, hopefully. TBD. To be determined.
Yeah. I mean, what's kind of cool about some of these quests are a lot of the decks that you might play them in, you don't have a turn 1 play anyway if you're playing a control style or something. So it's kind of fun just to put it in, like the warrior quest.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're playing a Reno warrior in Wild, why not? Right. What else are you doing on turn 1? You ain't doing anything anyway.
I can give you an answer to why not. Because you want to play the fancy brand, the 6-mana one. Mm-hmm. And then you play your reward and then you shuffle duplicates into your deck because it does it twice. And then your Reno Jackson is not going to be rich. But I mean, I think you still do it anyway because it's fun, but
because fun. But you got to go all technical on me, Sheep.
I'm not speaking from experience. Nope, not me. I mean, really, I later drew my Reno and I wasn't relying on it. So I wasn't really speaking from experience, but I was like, oh yeah, huh?
Yeah. Oops. Good old. Reminds me of just people shuffling things into decks to ruin all the Reno decks. Was it the Albatross and
Beneath the Grounds and
just try to wreck it. That's so funny. So also we have the Demon Hunter quest reward has been buffed.
Yes.
So it now reads. So what did it read before? Effect only works on your turn. Oh, so the effect works on the opponent's turn now. So I'm going to read the dev comment. Oh, go ahead.
One key distinction is that the quest itself, so to complete it, is still only on your turn. So it's the quest reward that then doubles the 2 damage. Sorry, 2 damage each time, whether it's on your turn or not. So like what I want to do in our format, like I had done before with the odd, we play Leper Gnome, but then if our opponent kills it on their turn, they only take 2.
Gotcha.
But after this patch, next Tuesday, if I recall correctly, then if they kill the Leper Gnome, then they're taking 4. We take those.
Because that was like one of the first cards I thought should go in the deck.
I
remember suggesting it, and I guess it was you who said it doesn't work.
I think we did it anyway because we wanted to play it, but
does Ball Hog? Have we figured out if Ball Hog works or not yet? I think because May was saying it wasn't working, right?
So it wasn't working on our turns. After this patch, it will. So or should. Mm-hmm.
Should, yes. All right. So fingers crossed. That'll be pretty cool. So definitely gonna try that if it's working properly. All right. So I love when Hearthstone does things that, just switches things up, makes things interesting. So the dual class tavern brawl is here. Not yet, but it's coming.
Yes.
So dual class tavern brawl is always super cool. So that's happening August 13th to 20th. So just like you think how it would work, you're going to build a deck with cards from any 2 classes. This is standard, by the way, so standard expansions. So whichever class you pick as your primary class, you're going to have that hero power. And then you just get to add, cards from both classes. Sheep, I know that you had a little comment you wanted to say about this.
I did, and this would have made a great twist season, wouldn't it? Like, I would love to play dual class for a whole month. I would love to play dual class. Like the way that it sounds like it works sounds super intuitive. Like, the deck selection or the class selection screen, you choose your primary, and then you just still have access to all the cards. And then kind of like the Death Knight style, like you drag, instead, say you picked warrior, then you drag like a mage one over, then, you're only limited to mage for your secondary stuff, and boom. Like, it seems super intuitive. The deck building sounds fun. It being limited to standard is however much not like our preference. It is good for like adoption, like getting people to play it because, they don't have to worry about getting any more of the cards. If they're, standard enjoyers already. So I feel like this would have been a really successful twist season. And I'm kind of afraid that like the twist seasons that they may have planned, we're going to start seeing in these tavern brawls, and we're just not going to hear the T word, the twist word again. Cause like it's still in the client, but like, our last season of it was what, over a year ago? Was it last June? So
yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and I know that it seems that easy. Like, I would love to hear a reason why it's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you put this under Tavern Brawl, just move it into Twist. I don't know if the code is written differently or like how it works, but Twist was fun. And like, I got sick of playing Cthulhu Jade Rogue. It was fun. It was fun, but like, how many times did we have that meta? Multiple, right?
A few.
Like, like there had to have been way more types of twists they could have come up with instead of just repeating the same ones over and over again. My goodness. Yeah. Well, thanks for pointing that out and bringing me down.
I'm sorry.
But gonna bring us back up. There's a heroic tavern brawl, and wait a minute, it's wild.
Yes.
Hooray! So we do have a wild heroic brawl that is coming. So while our dual class tavern brawl goes from the 13th of August to the 20th, this actually comes first. Sheep, thank you for pointing out hilariously that the patch notes has these like not in order. You would think that
the one that chronologically comes first would be presented first.
No, but
yep.
So how they think of wild last, right? So maybe that's why.
Good point.
But yeah. So the heroic tavern brawl returns from August 6th to the 13th. And this time, things are getting pretty wild, as they say. Pay an entry fee. Create a wild deck using any cards in your collection. Yes, that is what wild means. And compete in high stakes game until reaching either 12 wins or 3 losses. And here is the chart if you would like to see how the rewards work. So wins 1, 2, and 3, you get, 0 through 2, you get 1 pack for 0 wins, 2 packs for 1 win, and 3 packs for 2 wins. That's not bad, right?
Nice.
I think that's pretty good. And then you start getting into dust and gold through 3 wins all the way up to 9 wins. And then once you hit the 10 win sort of threshold, that's where you get into getting golden legendaries. So you get 1 golden legendary at 10 wins, 2 golden legendaries at 11 wins, and 12 wins you get 3 golden legendaries. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, buddy. So one thing that they don't mention in the notes here is the pricing structure. They do say pay a fee. They don't mention us getting one for free. Historically, these have been about $10 US or 1,000 runestones. So 1,000 runestones for the, like, you don't have to worry about conversions. That's how much it is. So you about get like parity at about 7, 8 wins. Let's see, gold. Yeah, 6 wins. 6 wins. You get about how much, you get your money's worth essentially.
So it's 6, you get 7 packs, 250 dust and about 250 gold.
Mm-hmm. So I'd say that, that's about even. It's a slightly less than $10 worth of pack/gold, but then you get some dust to kind of round it out. So I think that is about the kind of sweet spot. So the $10 is not an insignificant entry fee.
No.
And 6 wins means that you have to have a 66% win rate. So
which is high.
And how, even for wild. So yeah, I can't in good faith recommend folks dive into this too hard, but if you're kind of, in the mood for a challenge, I definitely say go for it. If you can afford to, think of it as the $10 is gone though, because
pretend you're going to the casino and you put $10 down on black, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like that is what you just did. There's a good chance it's not going to work out in your favor, but you had fun. This always brings me back to the first time I competed in a heroic tavern brawlseum, where I accidentally had put a brawl in my pirate warrior.
Oh no.
And it worked.
It did.
It did, because everyone else was trying to play aggro, And the times where I was losing on board, I brawled and it actually worked. It was so funny. I'm pretty sure it might have been this disc. I don't know which. I think it might have been Dad Legend Discord. I don't know where I put it, but I was like, no, and, like posted a screenshot of my deck list. It was supposed to be an Arcanite Reaper back when people actually put that in their deck. And it was a brawl because I somehow misclicked and was like devastated. But, I don't remember who. Someone replied to me saying like, hey, that could come in handy. Like secret tech.
That's a tool you can use for later.
It is you have this random like control tool in your aggro deck. You never know. But so that's a thing that we can do starting. What was that? It is August 6th. There is more. There's a bunch of stuff. So I love when Hearthstone just like piles things up.
Quick before we go on to that,
go ahead,
I would like to correct myself from earlier. So Twist, the last new season, was July of 24. We did have the recycled seasons, December 24, January 25, and February 25. So, we did have through March or until March 1st, some Twist to play, but we haven't had a new thing in over a year now.
Don't worry. I knew what you meant. I got you.
Thank you. Not a new Twist season.
No, just nothing new, but it's just recycled stuff.
Yeah.
So we have some events coming up, which is always exciting. So our new in-game event that we have from August 5th through the 26th is Umbra's Uprising.
The rewards for that thing, the first tier, you get a legendary weapon. And the last tier, you get the golden copy of it. It's this brand new weapon. So 3 mana 1/6 with the death rattle, destroy all minions. 6 wings, only 6 damage. So one damage times 6. But we know how to break our weapon. So well, one of the really fun things that I've seen is Death Knight. And you can just play the Plague package. One of those Plague packages is a 1-drop weapon that creates plagues. Would you look at that? You can just play that one and boom, the staff.
Or, hold on. Blingtron 3000 meta coming in. You're going to want to break your opponent's weapon by playing Blingtron.
This is the way.
5 head.
586 head?
No, this is cool, right? Like getting a weapon and then getting to upgrade its version, I guess, or the shinies throughout the event. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And this weapon, this 3 mana 1/6, is called Staff of the Endbringer. And even though I don't see the Death Knight kind of like ribbon, Leaf in chat is correct. I did confirm. It is in fact a Death Knight specific card. It's the like border is what it is instead of the ribbon, which I'm used to seeing with the gold cards. That's what threw me off, man. But yeah, it is in fact a DK weapon, which makes actually some extra sense because one of the rewards in the very last tier is King Bone Crusher, which is also a Death Knight skin. So you can use your skin that you got from it with your staff, and you can't play the staff unless you're doing like a, I don't know, dual class tavern brawl. So you can pick Rogue as your primary and then Death Knight as your secondary, and then you can still, just saying, it's still there. You can still do it. But yeah, it's
pretty
specific
cool.
circumstances. And yeah, I didn't catch that initially either. Totally a Death Knight thing.
Yeah.
Also,
No, I did not realize that.
yeah, buddy. Also, from that event, we will be getting 5 packs, all Lost City of Ungoro, and 2 epic cards from the Lost City of Ungoro as well. So kind of helping you round out your collection. I mean, it's free. I'm never gonna like just completely bash that. We don't know what all of the, requirements are for it. But if it's like they have been, then again, free stuff, rounding out our collection, helping us acquire more resources. Like I'm all here for that.
I don't know about you, but in the last event that we had, so we'll have like the weekly quest and we'll have the daily. My daily would be like play 75 spells in ranked or something. And I'm like, that's probably doable. And then I'll re-roll it and it's like, do 30 of this instead. And I was like, that is way more doable. So I re-rolled my daily every single time last time. And it was always like half the amount or less of what I actually would have had to do if I didn't re-roll it. So I actually re-rolled every single time and it was way easier. And I would do it in like 5 minutes. The daily. It was always so much easier if I re-rolled. And then we also had you could re-roll. I don't remember if it was this last one or the one before, but instead of 75 XP, you would get 125 if you re-rolled into the higher one. And they weren't hard either. But so just keep that in mind. Re-rolling's not like the end of the world. I would see something that I would think, hey, I have half an hour before I have to go to bed. I want to complete this quest. It's not going to happen. Re-roll it. And I got something that was way easier. So
yeah, anytime I look at those like quest mechanics, those quests that come up, I'm just like, do I want to do this? Yes or no? If the answer is no and it's not something I'm going to do anyway, I just re-roll it. I don't care about whether I'm getting more or less experience for it. I'm just like, if I'm not going to do it, then that's less than if I'm going to do something else.
True. Like even on their regular like daily quests, I got one telling me I had to play either frost spells or something else, and whatever they were, I was like, I'm not currently playing decks that do that. So I realize with my daily quest, if I re-roll it, it's going to drop to the lower amount. And I was fine with that because I'll probably just make it up in the games I play. It's not really that big of a deal. But I'm not going to specifically play a deck like I don't really want to.
Right.
So
exactly.
Like, I don't want to play Frost. I'm sorry. I'm not a hostage mage enjoyer. So I'm not going to. Not something I particularly like doing. But guess what? There is another event. The original event. The Fire Festival. So we have the Lost City Fire Festival, which lasts for how long? 1 week long. So the Lost City Fire Festival this is the end of the month, August 26th through September 2nd. So the Lost City Fire Festival is 1 week only bonus event. And it is set in the volcanic heart of Ungoro Crater. In celebration of the Fire Festival, the Tortolans invite you to join their traditional egg warming ceremony leading up to the Day of Rebirth. This is hilarious. Those who complete the event track can earn the following rewards: 2 tavern tickets, 2 Lost City of Ungoro packs, and 1 Lost City of Ungoro golden pack. More free things. And you just do the stuff.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and I like getting more packs. I like getting more cards. While I don't really need them myself, I think that I really like having one that is just packs right after something that's almost more like cosmetic or content based. So we've got the, thing for the folks who, want the shinies, want the the skins, want the, weapon or whatever. And then you've got this for people who are trying to round out their collection. And so we kind of have a little bit of both. So I really like how they do that. And
tavern tickets.
Tavern tickets. We can play Underground Arena for free once or twice in the non-underground.
Or if they make the Heroic Tavern Brawl cost 10 tickets, you can put these towards it.
Yo!
Not that they're going to do that. I was just saying. It doesn't say the cost in these patch notes. So you never know. Maybe they'll decide to use tavern tickets. I don't know. But
only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But that's cool. Free stuff. And I know that you appreciate the thing at the end because that is golden. Those are golden packs, yes. Right? One golden pack at the end.
Yeah. That's usually 400 gold. So like, that's not insignificant.
Yeah. So we also had a ridiculous amount of bug fixes that are in here, but one that Sheep you've highlighted is Kazaku said was triggering the effect of the Origin Stone.
Yeah. So I can't remember if Schmoopy Daddy mentioned this last week or the week previous. I think it was last week, but regardless, essentially what would happen if you are playing Kazakusan is you would like make all of your picks. And then when you get to the very last one, I think, then it does it multiple times for the other two effects. So the Origin Stone, of course, is a weapon where whenever you discover, you lose a durability and it plays the other two discovers for you. So with Kazakusan, if you're getting two of those like duels treasures, essentially, not just for free, but immediately, and it's playing them right then and there, then like it sounds super good. I really wanted to do it. And I kind of like built a little bit of a deck and then I haven't played it. It's called a bug fix. But I think they should have just let this bug stick around. It's not something that was, super competitive. But if it wasn't intended, like I see why they fixed it, I guess. But I don't know. I think there are more important things. Like I still don't have my diamond fry rack from purchasing the golden mini set with gold. That's a known issue. Come on. I just want my diamond fireman, right? Like I spent 10,000 gold on that, man.
Yeah. Like even if you look at the patch notes, the first 2/3 of it is just all BG stuff. So if you're a BG's enjoyer, go check out the patch notes yourself. There is a ton of stuff. There's a new keyword. There's quests returning. There's a whole bunch of stuff that is all happening up there. And then way down at the bottom, we have traditional Hearthstone, which is what we covered, right? So it's a massive Battlegrounds patch. And so that's why I think they stated even in the dev comment that we typically don't roll out balance changes at this point in the patch cycle, right? So I feel like this is sort of tacked on and crowbarred in. Like at the end, and they're like, oh, well, we also have these events, so may as well announce them now and all this stuff. And we'll just, I guess tack it on to this Battleground season 11, I think it is, when that drops. But yeah, so that was the news. We don't have much of a discussion topic, but I thought since it's, the start of a new season in Wild, I was gonna get your thoughts, Sheep, on what are you gonna choose just to tackle this meta this month, this season? Are you gonna jam some aggro? Like what are you looking at doing just to get yourself up there right in the start of the month?
Yeah, and there are times whenever I'm like, at the start of the month, I want to push hard. I just want to get there so I don't have to worry about my rank. And then there are times, like right now, where I just want to play the game. So
Yeah.
this weekend, I'm going to play me some Quest Mage, the new quest with the Origin Stone with Kazakhstan.
And it's easier.
Yeah. Not yet. And, Kazakhstan, whenever it is easier, won't work. So, yeah. So I'm going to do that while I still can do the Kazakhstan stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
And then that'll be gone on Tuesday. But with our buff to the quest reward for Demon Hunter, I'm going to play me some odd DH. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2. So I don't think either one of those are going to be particularly good for climbing. But I mean, that's at this point in my Hearthstone career, like I'm happy when I hit legend, but like that's not my goal. My goal is just to have fun. But by the end of the month, I may, change that. You know me. Sometimes I go super spiky, and sometimes I just like meme for months. And right now, it's kind of the latter. What are you most excited to play in this kind of new meta?
Yeah, so the world kind of seems to be my oyster at this point in time. So last month, before the last patch, aggro Demon Hunter was still like really, really good, right? And this is before Disco Lock took a poop on it. So I was jamming that. I did my whole climb with that, and it was absolutely amazing. And then, Disco Lock and stuff like that, and the meta completely changed. So going into this month, because I played a lot of Standard last month, which I know this is a wild podcast, and I did something bad. I played Standard. But it's going to be jumping into Wild this month. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I only have 8x in Standard right now because I'm just not playing as much.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with 8x.
No, there's absolutely not.
Absolutely. And in Wild, so like I said, I only played Wild basically like the first week and a half, and then I just was all in Standard. Right? So I'm entering this season as of today, as of right after this show, with, hearing like Schmoopy Daddy talk about it mostly because you were playing a lot of Standard too. And like we were bouncing all our Standard stuff back and forth. And like seeing stuff that like Corb would say and everything. So like I've got an idea in my head of what it's all like, but I actively haven't been queuing the games. So I've seen people who posted in our Discord, was it today or yesterday? I just got destroyed by a fish rogue. Like stuff is happening. And like I'm excited to just get in and sort of find what I want to do. I mean, I've never been a big Disco Lock player. Like I've done it. I know it's broken. I know you can get the broken draws and all that sort of stuff, but I don't want to. I need Demon Hunter wins. So I would definitely play Demon Hunter. If I could do 2, I would totally play 2. Right? In Wild? Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, got to get those DH wins. So I'll probably be looking for something some sort of Demon Hunter deck. If I had to pick something, it's probably what I would do.
I'm going to have fun cooking some up for you.
That's the thing, right? So like you mentioned just before this that, you've hit a lot of your goals, right? And so have I. There's always things that we can try to strive for. I used to try to do the thing, we're going to hit legend on multiple servers and do all this stuff. And while that stuff is cool, it's very exhausting.
Yeah.
And Hearthstone is a game.
And games are supposed to be fun.
Right? So I have fun trying out the different archetypes. I really wish that some of the quests that they introduced, like we can beat a dead horse or not, but some of them are just brutal. It would be great if some of them are actually viable and wild, right? But
Yeah.
like we talked about, you could throw a couple of them in, but like Warlock, it's pretty awful. Like, I don't know. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But yeah, Demon Hunter. Cook me some DH. I will play all of the Demon Hunter. Like I definitely will.
Excellent.
Sheep, is there any chance you have any unrelated advice? In our Discord, we have the channels that you unlock if you're a patron, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be cool if there was an unrelated sheep, an unrelated Hydra, an unrelated Schmoopy Daddy channel. But in the unrelated sheep one, you're not allowed. You're not allowed in it. And the unrelated Hydra, I'm not allowed in that one.
Oh,
And
that's
unrelated
fun.
Schmoopy Daddy, he's not allowed in that one, right? And so, like, if we're banned from our own, then we would never see the suggestions.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure exactly how we could like implement that since you and I are admins on the Discord. Like,
I guess we would just have to use the honor system and never click on it.
for you and me. I think Schmoopy is too. I can't recall. I think. But yeah, that's the only
We would just
technological
we may have to use the
hurdle that
honor
I see.
system. Yeah. Which I think would be a great way to do it. Like, imagine we're on episode 255, and then there was a whole 100 episodes before that where there's unrelated advice. It's a lot of questions to have to come up with. Oh, okay. You know, I'm just gonna ask you.
Oh well, I mean, I have one. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Unrelated advice with Hydralisk.
Yes.
So, Hydra.
Yep.
If you could become instantly an expert at any mundane skill, what would you pick? And I'm going to give a couple of examples. You can choose these if you want, but a couple of examples are like fitting a folded sheet.
Wait. You said fitting a folded sheet. You mean folding a fitted sheet?
That is what I meant. Thank you. Totally didn't even catch that. Parallel parking could be another one. I'm
so good at that.
Yeah. With the backup cameras, like the first time I tried to parallel park with the backup camera, it was just like, oh yeah, this is so easy, right? But if there's that kind of one thing that you may or may not have a skill in, but you could just instantly become like the master of that thing. If you could just like plug into the Matrix, you know, like I know Kung Fu, but all the programs on there are just boring. What boring thing would you like to get better at, bud?
So, I love how you mentioned fitting a folded sheet. I suck at folding laundry. The only thing I can do is pleated pants, okay? Because they're mine. And I need to make sure that they're hung up on the hanger properly with the pleats a certain way, so the line is a certain way.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can do. I cannot do anything else. I don't know how to, like, I can hang a shirt on a hanger, but I couldn't fold a shirt. You know how they tuck the sleeves in behind it or like whatever? I can't do any of that. I'm useless. Absolutely useless at folding laundry. My wife would tell you. We could get her on. I am horrible. I just can't. Even towels, sheep.
That's impressive.
I think the way that I fold the towels are nice. My wife will tell you that they are absolutely not. I'm atrocious at folding laundry. Even though that I am a journeyman Red Seal machinist, I worked in a quality department for almost 5 years where I held everything to the top standards and then even became a manager of this stuff. I cannot fold anything worth a... So I would choose to learn how to fold laundry.
Wiser words have never been spoken. And you heard that on...
More to be wild.
I have something that'll change your life.
Is it like a template?
So the thing I was looking for, it was not where I thought it was. So, it's lost to the ether at this point. But it's basically
Did you
like
check
just...
your butt?
No, I didn't. Huh.
That's what my wife would have said.
but it's like this, like one, like almost like a slab of things, but it has a few like hinges. And so basically you put like your shirt on there and then you just flip, 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 and then it's folded.
And so you
don't
just slide the thing out after.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Very nice.